Good afternoon, dear students. Today we will discuss the chapter 4th, Contemporary South Asia, and the topic is Nature of Democracy in Pakistan. Before proceeding ahead on the topic, that is Nature of Democracy in Pakistan, I would like to give a brief picture of the South Asia. The expression South Asia usually includes the countries like Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, the Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. The mighty Himalayas in the north and the vast Indian Ocean and the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal in the south. West and east respectively provides a natural insularity to the region, which is largely responsible for the linguistic, social, and cultural distinctiveness of the subcontinent. The boundaries of the region are not as clear in the east and the west as they are in the south and north. Afghanistan and Myanmar are often included in the discussions of the region as a whole. On the other side, China is an important player but is not considered to be a part of the region. The South Asian nations, they are the immediate neighbors of India and have directly or indirectly influence on the politics of India because they are the close neighbors. We have the linguistic ties, we have the cultural ties and social ties with these neighboring countries. So there is direct influence of these countries over the politics of India. Before the 1947, both Pakistan as well as India, they were one and was known as Hindustan. It was neither known as India, Bharat, nor it was known as the Pakistan. But in 1947, Pakistan was created on the basis of two-nation theory, which was given by Muhammad Ali Jinnah and was suggested by Dr. Allama Iqbal, as Dr. Allama Iqbal gave the name Pakistan to it. Ali Muhammad Jinnah, the leader and the founding father of Pakistan, always envisaged Pakistan as constitutionally democratic parliamentary republic with its political system based on elected form of governance. But his dream could not come true because of the many ups and downs. In order to understand the nature of the democracy in Pakistan, it is essential to have a look over these ups and downs. Many times the military dictatorship took place there, and these military coups became the hurdle in the way of democracy. Through these military coups, the democracy could not flourish in Pakistan. And the first military coup that took place in 1958, as Pakistan took several years to adopt a democratic constitution. In August 14, 1947, Quaid-e-Azam, father of nation, was sworn in as the first Governor General of Pakistan, and Liaquat Ali Khan became the first Prime Minister of Pakistan. But he could not remain in office for so long, as On 16th October 1951, Liaquat Khan was assassinated in Rawalpindi, and from 1951 to 54, several prime ministers were sacked or drafting the constitution and defining the role of various institutions for governance. In 1956, military strongman Sikandar Mirza, who played an important role in ousting of Governor General Sir Malik Ghulam, was sworn in as the first president and approves Pakistan's first constitution. On 7th of October 1958, Sikandar Mirza declared first martial law, and General Ayub Khan dismissed Mirza in the first successful coup of the country and overthrown democratic system and suspended the constitution. In 1965, 1965, Ayub Khan defeated Fatima Jinnah, who was the sister of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and was re-elected as president. But due to criticism to Ayub Khan on losing the war between India and Pakistan, this war was in 1965. In this war, the Pakistan lost it, and Ayub Khan, he faced strong criticism. There were the demonstrations throughout Pakistan led by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and in 1969, Ayub Khan handed over power to Army Chief General Yahya Khan, who imposed martial law for the second time here in 1969. For the second time, he established or imposed martial law and dissolved all assemblies after protests being led by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. And in 1970, first general elections were held with victory of East Pakistan. East Pakistani leader Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, as his political party was Awami League. When Sheikh Mujibur Rahman came to West Pakistan in order to hold the office of the Prime Minister, he was put behind the bars and there was civil war. The West Pakistan sent its troopers to crush the protests in East Pakistan. When India intervened in this civil war, because the millions of the refugees of East Pakistan, they entered into India, and India interfered in this war, and East Pakistan, it got independence and came to be known as Bangladesh. In the West Pakistan, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, the founder of the Pakistan People's Party, he held the office of the president and concluded an agreement with India. This agreement is known as Shimla Agreement. And in 1973, 1 year after the signing of this Shimla Agreement, the new constitution for Pakistan came into effect, giving the decision-making powers to the Prime Minister and rendering President as a figurehead. Fazl Ilahi became the President of Pakistan. 1977 general elections saw a victory of the same political party, the PPP, Pakistan People's Party, amid rigging allegations. And where from the Zia-ul Haq's regime started, this Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, he appointed General Zia as the army chief. And when he appointed General Zia as army chief, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, he was deposed by the then army chief general Zia-ul Haq and arrested on the charges of authorizing a murder of political opponent General Zia-ul Haq. He declared martial law. Now, for the third time in 1977, and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, he was hanged in Rawalpindi in 1979. On the charges of corruption and extrajudicial killings. And this General Zia, he became the military ruler of Pakistan. But there were pro-democratic demands throughout the country in 1982. And in 1985, the general elections were held on non-party base, in which General Zia became president and Muhammad Khan Janejo was appointed as prime minister. But the General Zia, he also could not remain for long. In 1988, General Zia died along with 31 others, including US ambassador, in a plane crash. And the successor of Zade Bhutto, namely the Benazir Bhutto, became the first woman Prime Minister of Pakistan in 1988. Okay. But within the short time, in 1990, President Ghulam Ishaq Khan sacked Benazir's government on the charges of corruption, and the elections were held in the same year, and Nawaz Sharif became the Prime Minister of Pakistan. And Ghulam Ishaq Khan also dismissed the Nawaz Sharif government in 1993, immediately after 3 years of the Nawaz Sharif when he became the PM. On the same charges of corruption, and Benazir once again returned to power, but could not last for long once again. Again, she was dismissed by President Laghari on the similar grounds of corruption and failure to control law and order. Therefore, Nawaz Sharif now came back to power a second time in 1996. The democracy was established somehow in 1988 to 1996. Here, from 98 to 96, though there were the political instability, but democracy existed there. In 1999, democracy came into end. end of democracy in 1999, when there was the fourth military dictatorship. As in this election, the in this time, Nawaz Sharif, he appointed Parvez Musharraf as army chief, and Parvez Musharraf, he forcibly landed his plan in Karachi, as he thought there is conspiracy regarding the Kargil war, and Nawaz Sharif, he compromised with India. In the same year, in 1999, there was the Kargil war, and Parvez Musharraf was the army chief, army general, and when he felt there is conspiracy, the Nawaz Sharif has compromised with India, and he forcibly landed his plan at Karachi and ordered the forces, troopers, to cordon the chief minister's residence, and he also ordered the arrest of prime minister, and Nawaz Sharif declared himself to be the chief executive of Pakistan while remaining army chief, and he ruled the country in uniform from 1999 to 2002. He ruled in uniform, and in 2002 he became the president. And also in the same year, the general elections were held, in which the Muslim League Q, this Muslim League has two wings: Muslim League N, led by Nawaz, and Muslim League Q. This Muslim League Q got the most seats, and Zafarullah Shah Jamali became the Prime Minister of Pakistan. But he was, within a short period of time, replaced by the Shaukat Aziz as Prime Minister in 2004. Okay, in 2007, when Nawaz Sharif and Benazir Bhutto both were exiled, both were expelled from Pakistan, and in 2007, the Benazir Bhutto came to Pakistan in order to launch the political campaign, but unfortunately she was assassinated in a gun and bomb attack after addressing a rally in Rawalpindi, and the elections were held in the same year, in 2007, in which the Yusuf Raza Gilani of Pakistan People's Party, he was elected as the prime minister in 2008. Sorry, in 2008, this 2007, Benazir Bhutto was assassinated, and in 2008, Pakistan People's Party won the majority of seats, and Yusuf Raza Gilani, he was elected as prime minister, and Asif Ali Zardari, he was elected as the president. But after the 4 years of assuming the office as the prime minister, the Yusuf Raza Gilani, he was disqualified by Pakistan Supreme Court from his office of prime minister after finding him in contempt of court in 2012, and Raja Parvez Ashraf of the same political party was sworn in as prime minister. But this Raja Ashraf, He also could not remain in office for long, within a duration of 1 year, means in 2013. Yeah, the general elections were held, and Nawaz Sharif once again became the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and he remained till 2017. In 2017, he resigned after the Supreme Court disqualified him over a corruption-related ownership of luxury flats in London. And Pakistan Muslim League Anas Shahid Khaqan Abbasi became the new Prime Minister. यहाँ से अब डेमोक्रेसी रेस्टोर हुई है, जो इलेक्शंस हुए हैं 2013 में। 2013 में अब जिस नवाज शरीफ वंस अगेन प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन गए, लेकिन 2017 में उस पर चार्जेस हुए, इल्जामात हुए, एलिगेशंस हुए कि इसकी प्रॉपर्टी है लंदन में इलीगल प्रॉपर्टी, और जब कोर्ट ने इसको साबित कर दिया तो इसको डिस्क्वालीफाई किया गया, तो इसको रिजाइन देना पड़ा इन 2017 में। तो उसकी जगह पर इसी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी यानी पाकिस्तान मुस्लिम लीग नवाज शाहिद खाकानी अब्बासी प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन गए पाकिस्तान के। और Nawaz Sharif and his daughter were arrested after their return to Lahore from London in 2018. 2018 में उनको अरेस्ट किया गया जब वो लंदन से लाहौर पहुंचे, और 2018 में जनरल इलेक्शंस हुए, और इस इलेक्शन में पाकिस्तान तहरीक इंसाफ PTI led by Imran Khan got the majority of the seats in the elections of 2018 and formed the government, and Imran Khan became the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who is currently leading the country. Though from 2013 till date 2020, not only 18 but 2020, there is democracy. The democracy is now flourishing in Pakistan, and Pakistan is the fifth largest democracy in the world, and first non-liberal democracy in the world. Though the democracy could saw many ups and downs, or the political history of Pakistan, it saw the many ups and downs. The question is why democracy could not flourish in Pakistan. The democracy in Pakistan lacks the international support. Internationally, it lacked the support as US favored the martial law in Pakistan, because the US feared that if there is democracy in Pakistan, the government will go into the hands of their religious parties, and there are the chances that the nuclear arsenals, nuclear weapons, they may get into the hands of the Taliban or into the hands of the Al Qaeda, which is very dangerous for the USA. So, USA, it favored the martial law so that the nuclear weapons cannot go into the hands of the terrorists. This is the main reason that why democracy could not flourish in Pakistan. But presently, or in contemporary times, the Pakistan, it is leading towards the democracy and it is strengthening the democracy. Inshallah, tomorrow we will discuss the nature of democracy in other neighboring country. This was the nature of democracy in Pakistan. جب تک کے لیے اجازت دیجیے. خدا حافظ.